Hi everyone, this is Evan Mitchell, the music director of the Kingston Symphony Orchestra, and I am so happy today to bring to you a sneak peek of a new feature that we can't wait to show you. We're going to be piloting on our second Masterworks concert of the year. And this is a great concert. It's called Mozart and Beethoven, and it features Jonathan Crow as our violin soloist. Three wonderful pieces. First off, Ryan True's Taste, which is an amazing musical depiction of four states of taste. That is bitter, sour, sweet, and salty. It's a really stunning work, and I know you're going to love it. Mozart's Third Violin Concerto, which is just sublime, and of course Jonathan Crow, who is the esteemed concertmaster of the Toronto Symphony Orchestra. He's going to play that so brilliantly, I know that. And finally, Beethoven's Seventh Symphony, which is one of my personal favorites. So a great show filled with great repertoire and a great guest soloist, and your Kingston Symphony. And how are we going to make that even better? Well, we're going to try out this SoundSync concert feature, which actually was recently named by the CBC as the top classical technological innovation of 2013. And what SoundSync is all about is it's sort of a digital concert guide, a silent tour guide during your concert. SoundSync will give you live updates about the music to your cell phone, your smartphone, as they are happening live in real time while your Kingston Symphony Orchestra is playing on stage. And I wanted to show you exactly how that works. First off, it's very simple to use, and it's something that we really feel is going to make the concert an even more enjoyable and deeper experience for those who want to use this service. And one of the best parts about SoundSync is if you don't want to use it, you don't have to. We're going to go to great lengths to make sure that those who do use this service on their cell phones are not going to disturb those who want a more pure concert experience. But the fact that it's on your cell phone is really incidental. It's a silent tour guide. It's instead of having somebody come and sit next to you who really knows what they're talking about with regards to symphonic music and tapping you on the shoulder and whispering, hey, you should really listen to this trumpet solo that's about to come up. Instead, we all get this live in real time on our smartphones. And we're really excited about this. Let me show you how it works. SoundSync is really easy to use. It works in your browser on your smartphone. And it doesn't matter whether it's an Apple iPhone device or an Android device or a BlackBerry device. You just load up your browser and you go to soundsync.ca. That's all you have to do. Just go there. It'll load up. And it'll take you to a page that'll ask you to log in. Masterworks 2, Mozart and Beethoven. Let me slide up a little bit here. And so it asks for your name. Now, you can either give us your name or you can give a fake name. What I usually do is I say to people, if you don't want to give your real name, that's totally fine. This is just something the service asks for. You can put in any name of any celebrity you want. And so let's see, what will we do for this? Here is, we'll put in... We'll make it so Picasso is listening, and we'll call this pabpic@art.com. Boom. So we're going to join the meeting then, and you'll see that you're taken to our opening slide. Welcome to SoundSync from the Kingston Symphony Orchestra. So now all you need to do is just follow along, glance down your phone every so often, and as the piece goes along, you're going to read the updates that are being sent to your phone through the internet in real time, giving you a little bit of insight onto what's going on at that exact moment. I'm actually going to be playing a little bit of Beethoven's Seventh Symphony, the first movement for you right now, so you can get a sense exactly of how SoundSync works. So as the piece starts, so do the slides, and they synchronize automatically with what's happening in the music bar by bar. And you'll notice that all of our slides are actually on a black background with cream-colored text. And we've spent a lot of time designing these slides so that they're easy to read at a glance. The font is large enough. At the same time, because the background is black and the text is cream-colored, there's a real minimum of light spill. And because the lighting in the house is not as dim as it would be for, say, a movie theater where you can really see somebody breaking out their cell phone and sending a text message to somebody, here it's a lot less obtrusive. At the beginning of the concert, we're also going to make a point of saying to the audience as a whole that they need to be very careful about how they use their cell phones during this concert. They should absolutely be set to silent mode, and we'll have a series of slides that show people how to do that. And beyond that, when they view these slides, they need to be holding their phones in their lap with their hands shielding any potential light spill away from their neighbors. And that way people who want to have the pure concert experience and choose not to use SoundSync can absolutely do that without being bothered by any light from their neighbors using their cell phones. We, of course, also specify for those of our audience members who use SoundSync that that's the only thing that they can use their phones for during the concert. They can't make a phone call, they can't take a phone call, they can't start texting or emailing or playing Angry Birds or anything like that. And that way their attention can be focused entirely on the symphony with an occasional glance at their smartphone to see what their silent tour guide by means of SoundSync is telling them about the music as it's happening. We found that the best frequency to change the slides is about once every 30 to 60 seconds, and this will vary depending on the activity of the music or if there are any really pertinent facts we want to make sure that we get across to SoundSync users, but the slides will change on average about once every 30 to 60 seconds, which is just the right frequency. That way you're not glued to your phone and you're also not waiting for the next slide to happen. We actually strive to have SoundSync users looking at their phones for the absolute minimum amount of time that we can manage. And so the point of many of these slides is to direct the user's attention to something specific on stage, for example, and we get to hear this wind chorale again. So the SoundSync user reads this slide and then immediately draws his or her attention to the wind section playing this gorgeous particular passage. From a technical perspective, SoundSync is fabulous because not only is it low bandwidth, but it runs in your browser. You don't need to download anything, you don't need to install any apps, you just use your web browser on any smartphone. If it's capable of browsing the internet, your phone is capable of using SoundSync. And while I've shown you already how easy it is to log in and use SoundSync, at the concert we'll have all sorts of signage and paper instructions that will help people log in with no problems whatsoever, so that anybody with a smartphone who wants to use this service during the concert has the opportunity to do so. So that's SoundSync in a nutshell, and we're so excited to bring it to you, and we're very eager to hear your feedback on the SoundSync experience. So please come to this concert, try it out, and let us know what you think. At the end of the slides, there will be an email address that pops up. It's feedback@soundsync.ca, and you can send an email right away, or you can speak to one of our wonderful patron service representatives to let us know what you thought about the SoundSync experience. For the Kingston Symphony Orchestra, I'm Evan Mitchell, and I'll see you on October 26th.